Get this going here. What's up, everyone? Happy Monday to you all. Let me get things kind of queued up here for a minute. How is everyone? Welcome to episode 141 of Six Figure Live. Gonna get my phone queued up so I can see comments, questions, thoughts, ideas, hearts, and love all come through here. Hope you guys are having a great Monday. All right, let's see. There we go. What's up, you guys? All right, my wife's watching. That's all that matters. You guys, welcome to episode 141 of Six Figure Live. My name is Ben Hartley with Stone Story Creative and Six Figure Photography. Look, if this is your first time joining, leave a comment, say hi, say what's going on. Peter's here, Ken's here, Leslie's here. Hey, you guys. Check this out. Got a brand new webcam here. It's the first 4K webcam to hit the market, so pretty excited about that. We're gonna be talking a little bit about that, actually. Sherry's here. Sherry, awesome. Okay, Andrew's here. You guys, look, the entire purpose of this is for me to show up every single day and to help be a voice for you, a motivation, inspiration, direction, whatever it takes. Sometimes I'm just nagging at you guys to keep showing up and to keep putting in the work and to keep moving the needle. Like, if that's all that this is, then I'm happy, right? My goal is to help you guys, to help you grow your business in any way, shape, or form. And so this is one of the best ways that I can do that. Something else I like to do is just to get you guys inside my head a little bit, to let you know some of the things that I do, some of the things that we think about here at Stone Story Creative to keep building our business. Once again, if this is your first time, we're running a full-time photography studio, right? So yeah, I speak and I teach and I do things and stuff. I host a podcast. I do this every day for you guys. But it's also as well as building a business. And so we're going to talk maybe a little bit about that later this week in terms of, a lot of people ask me, Ben, why are you giving away your best secrets? Why are you letting everyone know how you win? Why are you telling all of your competitors essentially how to put you out of business? And I want to talk about that. So maybe we'll talk about that tomorrow. Anyhow, you guys. Look, today, though, I wanted to talk about this thing called MVP. It's a little bit different than basketball and sports. I don't sport very well, you guys. But I want to talk about MVP because we've been redesigning our space here. We've been redesigning our client meeting space. And as we've been doing it, we've been kind of chuckling. We've been chuckling a little bit because here's the deal. When I say MVP, what I'm talking about is minimum viable product. What's the minimum viable product that you need as a business to move quickly, to put it out there, to see if it has legs, to see if it has traction, right? What's the fastest way that you can prove your model, prove this as an actual business, and start generating cash fast without pouring in a ton of time, without pouring in a ton of your own money? Because what happens when you start a new business and you pour everything into it, you pour all your time, you pour all your money into it, and then nobody wants your shit? What happens? You're out of luck. And so the whole principle behind MVP, your minimum viable product, is you create the fastest, most minimal product possible, and you test it. You test it and you learn from that. And then you go and you make it better, right? And we were chuckling because, you guys, we've been one of the whole reasons that we've been so successful is because everything that we do is MVP. It's all minimum viable product. Let me start from the top. You guys, there's so many photographers who are concerned about their meeting space. They're concerned about, well, I don't have a studio yet. I can't do in-person sales. I can't meet with clients in my home because I don't have a studio. I can't sell albums. I can't prioritize print. How am I supposed to book a $6,000 bride when I don't have a studio? You guys, understand this. We didn't get our studio until like a year ago. And also, just to be clear, this is actually just like an office building. Like, I'm talking like drop ceilings, buzzy lights. But on top of that, you guys, when we first started, we've been meeting clients in my 2-bedroom apartment, in my 1-bedroom apartment. For the longest time, Ben Adams and I, we worked out of my garage through an Ohio winter. Like, it sounds like I'm making stuff up, but I'm serious. We worked out of my garage for an entire winter, right? Just put carpet on the floor, insulated the garage door, and the frost and snow would start to creep through and it would freeze our rug. And we just put a ton of heaters, which just killed our electric bill. But you have to understand that, you guys, we've like, if anyone, we were laughing because if anyone should have or deserved or earned a dope meeting space, right, to be presenting albums to clients and all that stuff, it's us. And we aren't doing it until now. Not because we didn't value it, but because of MVP, because we wanted to do the minimum viable product first. And so I'm going to show you guys a space here a little bit later this week. We're doing the finishing touches on it. But this is true, too, of like your gear. You don't need a 5D Mark IV. You don't need a $2,000 70 to 200 millimeter lens to start shooting photography. You don't, and you shouldn't, to be quite honest. It'd be really silly for you to decide, I'm going to be a photographer. I'm going to go buy a 5D Mark IV, a 5D Mark III. I'm going to go buy the new Sigma 85 millimeter 1.4 art lens. It would actually be really silly to do that because you haven't proven your model. You haven't proven that you can actually make money doing this, right? Instead, go, dude, I attended a wedding this Saturday, and the photographer there, like in the back of my mind, I was kind of like making fun of him, but then I was like, yeah, go get it, dude. He's shooting on a 9-year-old camera, a 5D Mark II camera this last Saturday, and he's killing it. And we look at the 5D Mark II and we're like, I can't shoot a wedding with that. You guys realize that people were shooting weddings on a 5D Mark I like 17 years ago, and they were doing okay. Your minimum viable product, you guys. This is true too of your brand. Like everyone's really concerned about like making this dope ass brand and hiring on a designer and coming up with a logo and the aesthetics and all this stuff. One of the reasons why I want to encourage you, even with your brand, to think about minimum viable product is because your brand's going to shift, it's going to change, it's going to develop, it's going to grow. All of this stuff shifts, changes, develops, and grows. That's why you test it. Right? Our whole space, it actually wouldn't even look, let's say that we decided hypothetically to put $3,000 into our meeting space when we very first started out. It wouldn't have looked like this because we've been receiving feedback from our clients. We've been receiving feedback from everyone who comes to our office, and we're honing it and we're making it better. And now it's where it needs to be. It's the same thing with your brand, right? You don't want to spend $5,000 up front when you very first get started, year one, hiring a designer and paying them out, and then things change and your brand shifts. And your ideal client shifts, right? This is the whole concept behind this. It allows you to move as quickly as possible. It's the fastest way to prove your model and to generate income. And then apart from this too, you don't get frozen with perfection, right? You don't become, I don't know what the exact phrase is, but you don't become paralyzed by trying to make everything perfect. You work like me, where you just like, that's a freaking great idea. I'm going to go execute. I'm going to go do. I'm going to go do. I'm going to go do. I'm going to execute, right? And then you test that shit and you learn and then you make it better. But I think there's too many photographers who have an idea of this thing that they want and they do it all backwards. I've met them. I've met the photographers who do it all backwards. They decide, you know what, I'm gonna get a meeting space. I'm gonna start meeting with my clients. When they don't have the income, they don't have the revenue, they don't have a model that's proven to actually warrant that. You're so much better off investing your time and money elsewhere, you guys. It's an entrepreneurial concept. It's like a startup concept that I think it's really important for photographers to latch onto and to really pick up. You guys, especially with gear. Especially with gear, you don't need the dopest shit ever. You really don't. You need the minimum viable product. You need what you need in order to start producing work, to start engaging with clients, to start making work for your portfolio, prove your model, and start generating money. Don't spend money before you've started to generate money, right? Too many photographers are just out spending money left, right, and center, and you're not pulling any in. So anyhow, we've been laughing about it here. It's been a really fun thing, and I'm excited, by the way. And this is the same thing with my webcam too. You guys, when I first started Six Figure Photography, guess what I used? Well, I used the built-in. I was going to point to it, but I used the built-in camera, the janky ass built-in camera on my computer. And then after that, I got this little guy. This is a little 1920 by 1080 thing, and I've been using this for the last 6 months, and it's been great. But now I've begun to test and I've begun to learn, and I've decided that this is proven. This has actual value, and I'm going to start actually putting more and more into it. And so now I've got this cool little 4K webcam thing. So anyhow, you guys, your minimum viable product, please be thinking about this every step of your business, every step of the way. Don't be wasting time. Don't be wasting money. Let's see what people are saying, yo. Sure says, hey, Ben. Angel says, how's the windshield going? Windshield was fixed like the next day. Busted Ben Adams' Jeep windshield. Let's see here. Armand says, I too still shoot on the 5D Mark II. Awesome. I love it. I'm excited for the, I really am. I'm actually excited for the photographers, for the hustlers who are out there shooting on the 5D Mark II, and they're making it work for them, and they're making money for it. Now, I hope, Armand, that you reward yourself when you start getting, when you start proving this model and you start generating income, that you make that transition eventually. But eventually, right? All right, you guys. There you go. I just had to go on that rant today because this is a critical concept that I think we need to be emphasizing more and more with our business. Don't let perfection stop you from doing things, from starting things and testing the model that you have. And please test the model that you have. Before you go into any industry, before you decide, I'm going to start doing seniors now, you're doing weddings, I'm going to go do seniors, test that before you actually jump in feet first on it, you guys. All right, cheers. I appreciate you guys. I'm excited for tomorrow. I think I'm going to talk a little bit about that. Like I said, I started this episode off talking about why the hell do I give away everything? Why do I show up every day and tell people how to win and how to succeed and how to get clients, even in my industry? You guys, we have a workshop that we do, trying to do it twice a year. I'm about to have twin boys. It'll probably be once a year here this year. But we have a workshop that we do that I literally, I take everyone through every single nuance of what makes us work, what's brought us success. And this year we had, how many photographers from Columbus? Maybe 3, 4? We had probably 4 photographers from my own damn city. And I taught them how to put me out of business. We'll see how that goes for him. So anyhow, I'll talk a little bit about why I do this. I want to talk about the scarcity mindset, fear-based mindset, and why it's a paralysis for you guys. If anyone's thinking that, by the way, it's a fear-based mindset. It's a scarcity mindset, and you won't be able to grow. You won't be able to grow inside a fear-based mindset. And so we'll talk about it tomorrow. All right, you guys, I appreciate you. Cheers.